Hi, this is Jim Dowdy with Golden Gate Pump Systems. We're up here today in northeast Oklahoma talking to you about our SEAL Pneumatic Pump System. Now, this system is designed for use in shallow oil and gas wells in the 2,000 foot and shallower range. It completely replaces the standard pumping unit system you would normally see on these wells. That means no more pump jack, no more rods, no more tubing. At the heart of our system is the SEAL pump itself. Now what that is a stainless steel pump. They're 3.5 inches in diameter, 72 inches in length. This one's a little shorter. It's our display pump that we can show people. As the name implies, it's pneumatic, meaning it's driven by air. At the top of the pump you have an air inline, 3/4 inch, connects to a 200 psi poly tubing. Air outline, again 3/4 inch, 200 psi poly. The fluid outline, this is where your fluid is discharged from your pump, 1 inch, 200 psi poly. Also at the top of your pump is a hanging bracket. This is where we hang the pump within the well. Uses a 1/4 inch stainless steel cable. Now these pumps are designed to be spaced 250 to 280 feet apart. That means, in this case, this is a bottom pump. So within the well, you're going to have 250 to 280 feet of these poly lines and this stainless steel cable going up the next pump in line in the system. It connects. Then you'll have another set of poly above, another pump, and so forth up to the top. At the bottom of this pump is a 1 inch opening. It's got a foot valve. Attached to this hole right here is a 2.5 inch by 48 inch stainless steel basket. We attach that at the bottom because this is going to be right around your purse. That keeps debris from entering your pumps and clogging up your system. So when this is installed within the well, you're going to lower it again down around your purse. The formation fluid is going to enter your wellbore. It's going to start filling up this pump chamber. When it gets to a certain point within this chamber, it's going to trip a mechanical trigger, opening your air inline. The air pressure comes in, starts forcing that fluid down, displacing it, moves it up the fluid outline, up to the next pump. When a sufficient amount of fluid is displaced, the mechanical trigger resets, allows fluid to start coming back in to the pump again. Refills, discharges, refills, discharges. It makes it self-regulating. This pump will discharge as fast or as slow as the fluid comes in the wellbore. Almost 100% efficient. So if you can imagine, these are daisy chained within the wellbore. Fluid comes in, it discharges, moves it up, the next pump acts the same. It will fill, it discharges, continues moving it up and out, and it ultimately into the flow line. So now that you know a little bit about how this system works, we're going to take you up here to a well, show you what the wellhead looks like, show you the pump system operating and discharging fluid into a bucket. We're up here now on one of the wells that we've got this system installed in. This is kind of what a typical wellhead looks like. This is an older style wellhead. We've modified it a little bit since then, but what you're seeing, remember we talked about this thing runs off of air compression. So we've got a central air compressor that actually operates 9 wells on this particular lease. So we've got air lines coming to each one of the wells. Your air line comes in here, comes into the wellhead right here, which ultimately attaches to all your area lines down through your pumps. You've got the fluid discharge line right here, which is the 1 inch line coming out, going over here into your flow line. Again, in the wellhead, it's attached to the 1 inch poly here. And then you've got the air discharge line, which is also attached to your 3/4 inch poly that's connected to all the pumps. Remember we talked about a 1/4 inch stainless steel cable that is attached to each of the pumps all through the system. basically we leave about 50 feet of additional stainless steel cable that you can use to pull the well with. Now the way this system is installed or pulled for that matter is you really just need like a flatbed truck, gin poles, and a winch. So what we would do is we would take this cable, run it back over the gin poles, hook it up to the winch, undo the wellhead, and we can just pull this out. It takes 2 guys and the truck about 4 hours to either install or pull one of these systems. It's real simple to do. I've done it myself. You don't have to have any special tools. Most of this stuff is just common tools available in your regular hardware stores. I don't know if you can hear this popping noise that's coming out, but what's happening is, remember we talked about these pumps filled with fluid. It gets to a certain point, the mechanical trigger occurs, air pressure comes in, forces the fluid down. When it gets to a certain level, it resets. When it resets, it closes the air in line, opens the air out line. All that built up pressure within the pump is what you're hearing, this popping noise. So every time this thing discharges like that, you know the pump just cycled and it discharged the fluid. We've also got a meter over here on the side measuring the fluid discharge. One of the great things about that is you can monitor that and you can tell when your system is not operating like it has been. It gives you a better feel for what these things are doing on a day in, day out basis. You're not going to be able to do that with the standard rod pump system. Because this operates off a central compressor, and each one of these pumps only discharges fluid as there's sufficient fluid in here. It makes this for a very energy efficient system. The energy is called upon only when the pumps need it, no wasted energy there, so it's a really great system to operate. I think now what we're going to do is bring you guys around here on the side. I'm going to hook up a hose over here. We're going to show you fluid discharging out of this system so you can kind of see how it coincides with this pulsing that's going on. So let's get to that and let you see what we're doing. Okay, we're over here on the side now. We're going to show you this thing discharging. I might flinch in a minute when this thing starts shooting out. So anyway, there it goes. So you just noticed it discharged and you hear that little pop. Remember we talked about the pumps filling up with fluid, opening the mechanical trigger, allowing the air pressure to come in. As the pump resets and allows it to fill back up with fluid, it opens the air outline, allowing all that pressure that's built up in the pump to release. So that's kind of what you're hearing there. The great thing about that is every time, if you're out here checking the wells, every time you hear it, you know it just discharged, and they're going to discharge the same amount of fluid each time. So you really can get a good handle on what your wells are doing. Another reason we put in this meter so that we can measure it. As a pumper, you can come by, take these readings every day, and you can really keep up with what your individual wells are doing. These wells, we've got 9 wells out here on one central compressor. They're all producing at different rates. So it's really nice to see what's going on. Another thing about these meters it'll allow you to do is monitor your wells. If you're seeing any material slow down, it lets you know to maybe check on your well, see if something's going on there. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off now. Let it get back to producing. There it goes. So, you know, some of the great things about this are, as you can see, there's no pumping unit, there's no rods, there's no tubing. This thing is so low maintenance. It's incredible. You're not going to have all those same issues, both downhole and then on the surface, that you're going to have with the standard pumping unit. There it goes again. Because it's tied to one central source of power and they're all using it only as needed, it's going to lower your LOE. The maintenance LOE drop, the actual electric bill dropping because it's sharing electricity, are both going to contribute to your bottom line. You know, I I've been in the business for 20 years. Would not have believed this when somebody's just telling me about it. Seeing it is believing. If you have these types of shallow wells, 2,000 foot range and shallower, really encourage you to come check us out. I think this can really improve your bottom line on your wells, free up a lot more time both for your field people and for yourself. Really just encourage you to come to our website. We're at goldengatepumpsystems.com. We've got some more information on there for you. Would love to hear from you, talk to you in detail about what we can do to help you improve your wells. Look forward to talking to you.